traditional Portuguese dish. It's a rice pudding. And I'm going to cheat a little bit. Instead of cooking the rice from scratch, what I'm going to be using is rice that's been par-cooked. It just speeds up the process. So you can have this as a dessert or a really simple breakfast. Now into a pot, I'm boiling some milk, about 1.5 cups, and then I'll add my rice. So in with our rice, along with our milk. So once this starts to heat up, I'll add the lemon zest, about half of this lemon. And as you grate the lemon, you just want to add that zest and none of the pith, because that's what makes it bitter. We just want the essence of the lemon. Now with a wooden spoon, I'll mix that in along with the sultanas. You can change up the dried fruit if you like. You could add some dried apple to it, some raisins, even some dried peach is delicious. So a small handful of those, and now we start to mix it. Now I haven't added any sweetness yet apart from the sultanas, so we'll add that now. Some sugar and some eggs. This is like a custard, so it's going to make it really creamy and glossy. So into a bowl, I'll just add the egg yolk, so separate those eggs into a clean bowl. And the second egg. This is a very English way to make a rice pudding by adding the yolks and the sugar together right at the end. But the custard really makes a difference to the final result. Now some caster sugar. And then with a spoon, I'll just mix this all up. Now to make this a distinctively Portuguese rice pudding, I'll add the cinnamon, a good pinch. I love cinnamon, so I'll add quite a lot of that, about half a teaspoon. That smells fantastic. Now have a look at this rice pudding. See how thick it's become because of the starchy rice? That is actually ready, so I'm going to turn the heat off. You don't want to be adding the egg yolks to the really hot rice and milk mixture. So give it a mix and then take it off the heat and then keep stirring it just to cool it down slightly. The trick to ensure that we don't get scrambled eggs is to stir and pour the eggs in. So that's what I'll do now. Now we'll just scrape down the sides so we're not wasting any of that egg yolk and sugar mixture. And now as I pour, I'm going to constantly mix this. When you're doing this at home, it's a good idea just to add a little tea towel like I have, just to keep that pot stable as you're mixing it. You can see how that's starting to become glossy and thick and really creamy. That is the perfect pudding. I'm so excited about this one. Now I'm just going to place it to the side while I get some fruit ready. The fruit here at the markets is incredible. I have a beautiful combination from star fruit. Look at these lychees, they are adorable. And mangoes, that mango is the size of my head. I think I'll use some of that mango and some strawberries. So we'll just cut the tops off these strawberries. When you're serving your strawberries, bring them to room temperature because it brings out their sweetness. And I'll cut them into quarters. And then for the mango, I'm going to take one of the cheeks off. Wow, I don't remember the last time I've seen a mango this big. We'll cut some cubes. And then we'll just press them out. And then we'll cut the little squares straight from the skin. Lovely. The last thing I want to add to this is some nashi pear. This is a beautiful nashi pear, so prized here. I love it for its crunchiness, and it's going to go really nicely with the creaminess of our rice pudding. So we'll just cut them roughly in the same size as the mango and our strawberries. I'm leaving the skin on. And now to plate up a shallow bowl, just like this one. And then we'll pour it in. Look at that. That's what we're looking for. Spread it out. Now I'll top it with some of the nashi pear and the mango. And then for a pop of colour, those beautiful strawberries. Now I'll add some more cinnamon And this may seem unusual, but I love the addition of a pinch of salt. So it brings out the sweetness of the fruit. It really does. And you only need a small gesture of that salt. You know what? They have 120 restaurants here at the Galaxy Resort. I might suggest this to some of the chefs. I think that one will be quite popular. In the meantime, I'm gonna have this all to myself. And then that pool looks quite inviting. Might go down there and have a mojito after that. God, I love my job.